Hello and welcome. This is a very special crypto edition of Buy or Sell, coming to you from the No Holds Bar here at Equity Mates HQ. I'm your host, Adam Keily, regarded by many as one of the simplest minds in finance. Luckily for you, I'm joined by an expert to educate me and hopefully you on how they're thinking about crypto in this case, and the crypto they're thinking about. This is rapid fire though, buy or sell. We're going to rip through as many tokens as we can. Tokens, coins, I'm not sure, in the time that we've got. And don't forget, you can follow each pick on the buy or sell tracker on the Equity Mates website. And yes, it has been updated to handle cryptocurrency. So we are talking crypto today. I'm pleased to welcome into the No Holds Bar Craig Jackson, co-host of the wildly popular Crypto Curious podcast and also growth lead at Blossom app. Welcome, Craig. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate the plug for Crypto Curious. It's been going up, the listeners have been going up just like the price of Bitcoin. So hopefully that continues.
Well, hopefully they stay up.
Yes, that's the trick.
Now, we do like to offer our guests a beverage here in the No Holds Bar. So our signature cocktail this week, in honor of talking about crypto, is the lemon, lime and Bitcoin. Can I get you something, Craig? What's your drink of choice?
I think now if we're having intellectual conversation, we should have a whiskey on the rocks. I think.
A whiskey on the rocks. Every good intellectual conversation starts with a whiskey on the rocks. Very good. Look, if anyone out there thought I was out of my depth in the stock market, then you ain't seen nothing yet. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, I'm very much a novice. So let's get stuck in. We've got a few coins to get through, and why don't we start with the big boy? I worked with a guy that once sold 5 Bitcoin for a carton of beer.
Bummer.
It wasn't even good beer from memory. I think it was West End Draft or something. So we're going to start with Bitcoin. BTC is the ticker code. Currently trading at $66,380 USD. Craig, buy or sell for Bitcoin?
I've got it down as buy in brackets forever. So Bitcoin, it's been in the green for 7 months in a row. So we could see some short-term consolidation, but unless you've been living under a rock, the halving is this year. Are you across what that means?
No. Is that when, like in 2021, where I lost half of my money that I
Similar. Essentially, the Bitcoin halving event happens every 4 years, and what happens is the mining rewards get cut in half.
Right, okay.
So the supply of new Bitcoin being mined gets cut in half.
Right.
And they say if the demand stays the same and the supply gets cut, that we normally see a price appreciation in that time. But also, I say it's a buy because of the digital gold commodity point. People are saying, or people are viewing Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against governments. And it's now become the choice for the digital gold, and it's led to it having an ETF, which was hotly anticipated for a few years. It's live, has the best regulation clarity out of all the cryptos. So that's why for me, it's a buy in brackets forever.
Okay, it is a buy. Next up, we're looking at Ethereum, ETH, currently trading at $3,347.06. All these prices very obviously, volatile.
It's going to change by the time this show's live.
And they're all in US dollars. Now, I read an article that said there's an author and a trader by the name of Peter Brandt, and he called Ethereum a junk coin. Which is the second largest coin, if I'm not mistaken. So to call it a junk coin seems a tad unfair. I wonder what he thinks of Garlic Coin, Cum Rocket, and Kanye West.
Kanye West.
If that's his view on Ethereum.
Wait till he hears about the meme coins.
Ethereum, Craig, is that a buy or a sell?
For me, it's a buy. It is the second most popular cryptocurrency, as you mentioned. It's been around the longest besides Bitcoin, and it's actually the next cab off the rank for ETF approvals.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
So there is rumors that it might happen in May.
Yep.
Some experts are saying there's a 25% chance it gets approved in May, but I think everyone is in consensus that it happens eventually. Now, it hasn't outperformed Bitcoin yet. It's been lagging a little bit this cycle, But they've been doing a bunch of new upgrades. The latest one is the new Denken upgrade, where Ethereum is becoming cheaper and quicker to use with their new layer 2 platforms.
Right. I was reading about layer 3.
Layer 3.
Dare I ask, what's layer 3?
Look, it's the jury's still out if layer 3 is something that we just want to punt on, or if it's actually the new thing. So if you think about layer 2 is essentially a way to interact with ETH cheaper and faster.
Right, yeah.
Layer 3 is meant to be cheaper and faster than layer 2. So,
right.
Layer 4, layer 5, when does it stop?
Well, yeah. Right, okay. So Ethereum, that's a buy?
For me, it's a buy. It's been sort of underperforming the rest of the market, and it tends to go through these phases in bull markets. The 2017 one, the 2021 bull market, it did lag just like it's lagging right now, but at the end, when it's all said and done, it tends to come up sharply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we wait and see on the ETF approval, but for me, for those reasons, I think it's a buy.
It's a buy. All right, next up, we're looking at Binance. BNB currently trading at $587.74. And I heard the BNB is down again today. It's so unreliable. Sorry, no, that's the NBN.
I know you were making a pun.
$587.74 USD. Where are we at with Binance? So this is the coin, right? This is not the platform.
This is the coin, not the platform.
Okay, buy or sell?
This is a rare sell I've got here, and I struggled to find sells, but I looked in to BNB, and I think it's a sell. So I'll tell you why. CZ, who was the who's the huge figurehead in front of Binance. So I should say what BNB actually is.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
BNB is the exchange token for Binance. Now, you might have heard of Binance. It is a huge global exchange, but they've also been in hot water recently. So the CEO, CZ, was fined. He actually awaits trial on a bunch of different accusations around money laundering, around letting unsolicited traders on the platform, amongst other things.
Yeah.
They're actually not allowed to be in the US as well.
Right.
They're a huge coin. They're in the top 10. They have a huge market cap. I say it's a sell because of Coinbase's momentum, the sort of regulatory uncertainty around Binance. You actually can't even use it in Australia. Like, you can't put Aussie dollars on there in Australia.
You used to be able to. I did have, at the height of my crypto journey,
you had Binance.
I had some money in Binance.
Yeah.
It wasn't much. And the main reason I remember it is because I tried to transfer it out into CoinSpot and it went nowhere. It disappeared because I must have got the wrong...
Could be user error?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100% user error.
Yeah.
But yeah, where does that money go, by the way? If you transfer to another exchange, but it doesn't turn up in the other exchange... So
if you send it using crypto, you have to make sure you get the same network, the same address. And if it's not the same, it could either be lost or sometimes it bounces back.
Right, didn't bounce back.
No. So you've lost that. Everyone has those stories. You know what you should do in future, and for anyone listening, selling or withdrawing crypto, withdraw $1 first and see if it works.
That makes sense.
And then when it works, do the same thing you did again. Never do all 100% at once. That's asking for trouble. But for me, I think Binance BNB is a sell.
Yeah.
It had a huge run 2021, I should say, along with FTX, which we know how that ended.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a sell.
It's a sell. Uniswap, buy or sell?
Uniswap for me is a buy.
What does it do?
So Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. So you can pretty much swap any two tokens that exist on the market. So generally what happens is if you use CoinSpot, you're obviously bound to what CoinSpot offers their clients. If you wanted to go super degen and buy, what did you say before? Come Rocket Coin?
Yes.
You'd have
Big fan.
Yes, huge fan. I could tell.
Mate. It's more I set up a portfolio for the kids.
For their future.
Yeah, and I thought that's what's going to reflect on me really well in 20 years is when they
super in there
when they cash out.
Yeah, for sure. So all these quote unquote degen coins, they obviously have to wait till it's on an exchange, but Uniswap gives you the ability to swap anything with anything, which obviously comes at a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
It's
the Western Union of the cryptocurrency world.
I think it's a buy, and for the following reasons. It is a very strong DeFi brand with market product market fit. It's being used, as you said, a couple of $1 trillion in volume, which we have to fact check. And the Ethereum upgrade of their layer 2, the Denken upgrade, is making it heaps cheaper, heaps faster.
Right.
Used to cost maybe $5 to $7 on layer 2. Now that's like less than a cent. In some cases, like a few cents.
Yeah.
So, and they're actually also releasing a new product. It's called Uniswap V4, and that'll make the transaction cost on Uniswap another 99% lower. So I'm thinking at the end of this year, Uniswap will be essentially free to trade on, very, very quick, very cheap. And they're actually offering a rev share for stakers, which has been long awaited in the marketplace. So what that happens is if you buy the Uni token, you stake it, you will get a revenue share from the protocol. So that's exciting. I think that proposition is something that could be...
So why do we need the Uniswap token if the platform exists to swap like any two coins, currencies, whatever? How does the Uniswap token... Like that's what... Are we talking about that in terms of the buy?
The buy is the Uniswap token.
Right,
what the Uni token is, it's a governance token. So
gotcha.
You can vote on different proposals that the Uniswap team puts out.
Right.
So if you hold, 500 tokens or whatever it is, you can... And they've put a vote up for the rev share model.
Yep.
They said, we want to do this rev share. Please vote yes or no. If you stake your token, you can say yes, because obviously you're going to make a return.
Right.
And that's sort of the use case.
Is it a bit like buying shares in a company?
Exactly like that.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the Uniswap is a buy.
Buy.
All right. Last one before we take a quick break. Solana, SOL, currently $185.57. The FTX administrators just sold $1.9 billion worth of Solana at a discount because it's locked up. What do they mean? Does it mean that Sam Bankman-Fried has it in his prison pocket? Is that the deal?
So Solana has a bunch of venture capital money that was around the FTX estate that has been locked and is now becoming unlocked. So that's obviously a risk for Solana holders. For this reason...
So that'll just flood the market with Solana tokens?
And there could be sell pressure onto the Solana price. But I've got Solana here as a hold.
Yep.
Now... There is a lot of FUD,
fear, uncertainty,
doubt. Yeah, you've listened to the Cryptocurrencies.
Oh, I'm a big fan, mate. Love it.
Around the Solana FTX estate, it's been sort of a cloud hanging over. And I've got it hold here because even though these comments come up, Solana has had a huge run. It was $8 at the bottom of the bear market. Now it's 180.
Yeah.
So that's a great return. And it's clear that it's the alternative layer 1 to Ethereum. So it's cheap, it's fast, and it's somewhere that the gamblers like me.
Gamblers?
In crypto. Can you believe that?
What?
In it for the tech, they say. No. So Solana is the home of meme coin trading, meme coin gambling, I should say. And the people are loving it. So you need Solana to swap into these lower cap coins.
Yeah.
And it's proving to be, a chain where it's fast, it's cheap, it's instant.
Yep.
And it's proving itself to be the alternative to Ethereum. So for me, I'd say if you've gotten Solana lower than what it is now, I'd say it's a hold, but I'd be very cautious buying something that's had this much of a run.
Yeah.
At this point in the cycle.
It's a hold. All right, let's take a quick break here. We'll grab another cocktail. Hey, if you've got a stock or a cryptocurrency that you want to hear about on the show, let me know. Use the contact form at equitymates.com. You can leave a voice message. You might even hear yourself on the show. Or, of course, you can flick me an email, contact@equitymates.com. We'll be back with more cryptocurrency picks right after this. Welcome back. You're listening to Buy or Sell, a very special cryptocurrency edition coming to you from the No Holds Bar. My expert today is Craig Jackson from Cryptocurrencies and growth lead at Blossom app. Craig, we're going to look at Maple next.
Yes.
MPL, currently trading at $20.83. I think, in fact, I should let people know in the second half of the show we might be trekking into some more speculative territory.
Yes, specky.
Are we starting here?
We're starting to go a little bit specky.
Okay. I've never heard of Maple, but I'm out of the loop.
Out of the loop.
Yeah.
So I've got Maple down as a buy.
Okay.
They are Aussie, if that gives you any trust at all.
Sure.
So Maple is a decentralized lending platform. So it's this new sector called real world assets on chain.
Oh, I like this.
So what happens is it's essentially offering things like treasury bonds, fixed income bonds on chain. So ideally you don't need to go through this strenuous KYC or approval process. You do have to do it though,
right.
But it gives you access to a bunch of decentralized sort of products where you can earn a yield on. So this is quite a new sector for crypto, and it's something that Maple is at the forefront of. And there's a bunch of others that are offering these sort of real world asset things on chain. It's a little bit sophisticated in terms of like I can't really see retail jumping in and buying it, but this is like trying to use the blockchain technology to actually provide good financial products. So for me, it's a buy.
Yeah, cool. I think this is maybe the start of us seeing the kind of more mature use cases coming out of crypto. Like I think initially it was like, meme coins and
it's still that.
It's still that, yeah.
Yeah. But it's a diamond in the rough every so often.
Cool.
And these guys have actually been around for a few years. They managed the last bear market. They're really great team. They keep growing with more users and more value that they're sort of trending or sort of they're lending and borrowing.
Yeah.
So they've actually got a product in market. So that's...
And they're Aussie as well.
And they're Aussie.
Even better. All right, so that's a buy for Maple.
It's a buy.
All right, next up we're looking at Illuvium, ILV, currently $124.22. I love me some Illuvium.
Yes.
Buy or sell for Illuvium?
I've got this as a sell.
Oh,
shocking.
Good one.
Shocking.
Yep.
I actually
sells.
Had this as a hold and then I changed to a sell. Yep. Now, Illuvium is in a sector that I'm very bullish on, the gaming sector.
Oh, yeah.
They're also Aussie, homegrown. But I think an Illuvium provides a very interesting case of something called token unlocks. Do you know what they are?
No.
Okay, so what happens is when these projects launches, they raise money to build the product, to build their team out, and they sell tokens that are locked. So what happens is I say, Adam, thank you for your $1 million in venture capital. I will give you your tokens in a year's time. You say, sweet, I'll take that trade. So in a year's time, there's $1 million worth of token that gets unlocked onto the market.
Right.
Now, Illuvium, a bit of an example here, is that the token is 95% down from all-time high. Okay. But its market cap is almost at all-time high. So what you're seeing is these tokens are slowly getting released on the market. They're becoming, almost essentially sell pressure onto the market, which I think will create an environment where Illuvium might struggle to outperform other gaming alternatives. Now, I'll tell you about what Illuvium actually is. It's a gaming project, which I think everyone in the crypto space is very excited around how crypto and gaming can intertwine.
Seems a natural kind of partnership.
Natural progression. You can earn assets on a game and then sell it and then use it in another game. So we all get what's happening there. And Illuvium as a game has amazing graphics, amazing gameplay.
Oh, it's a game in itself.
It's a game in itself.
Right, gotcha.
I've actually played the game at a conference. Looks great. But I'm just worried about the token unlocks, and I'm not sure if you'll see an outperformance of Illuvium. So for me, it's a sell, which I'm quite sad about.
Okay, it's a sell.
Yes.
All right, next up, we are looking at Sovereign, SOV, currently $2.08. Now, Sovereign, not to be confused with Sovereign Risk here, or is this the start of our Sovereign Wealth Fund?
Yeah.
Exactly. Is this a buy or a sell for you, Craig?
Okay, for me, it's a buy. Okay. Now we're getting into some relatively speculative environments. Yeah. Now, Sovereign is a part of this industry called Bitcoin DeFi. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say
Bitcoin DeFi? So DeFi is decentralized finance, right?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, plus Bitcoin.
Yeah, plus Bitcoin. So essentially, there's a bit of an issue for Bitcoin holders where you don't want to sell your Bitcoin because you're obviously tax. And Bitcoin maximalists, they believe that Bitcoin is the way. Not everyone want dollars. They just want to use their Bitcoin. Right. So these Bitcoin decentralized finance apps like Sovereign give long-term holders of Bitcoin the ability to borrow against their Bitcoin in a totally decentralized way. So if you have one Bitcoin, that's, I don't know, what is that now? 70,000?
60 something, 67,000.
67,000. You need to borrow $5,000. You obviously don't want to sell it, so you put it up and you'll borrow against it. So it's a decentralized way of using your equity in Bitcoin.
Is this a bit like what was the other lending coin we were looking at?
It's a little bit like Maple. Yeah, it's a little bit like Maple. Maple's obviously more traditional finance products on chain.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
Whereas this is, you're putting your Bitcoin up for collateral, you're borrowing against it.
Right.
Now, this is a sector of the market that's trying to pick up pace, and it hasn't been able to because Bitcoin network fees are so high. Okay. So you might put in one Bitcoin and the fee to put it up for collateral is like $1,000.
Yeah, right.
But now there's layer 2s being built on Bitcoin, which is making it a few dollars, making it accessible. Right. So I can see this narrative potentially getting some adoption with the Bitcoin maximalists. Yep. There's obviously $1 trillion now in Bitcoin. That's worth it. So you can assume that some of those people want to borrow against it, just like you would with your house, like you would with, any loan. So for me, this is a buy. It's still relatively unknown and it could outperform other projects.
Very good. Sovereign's a buy for you. Next up, we're looking at PEPE, currently at $0.00. That's rounded to the nearest 2 decimal places.
Yes.
Sounds like that would be a buy at 0, but I know there's a whole range of values under 0 cents in the crypto world. So what are your thoughts on PEPE?
Okay, this is going to sound degen, but stay with me. Okay. I've got PEPE as a buy.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I have it as a buy is because meme coins are a part of crypto culture.
Right.
They're a part of your uncle buying it. He thinks when one day it hits $1, he'll make $1 million. Yeah. And I think it's worth having in the portfolio, even if it's just, I think maybe 1%.
Right.
Very small amount. It's a gamble, but it's something that could, potentially have a blow off top. And my pick for the meme coin of this cycle is PEPE because it didn't really have a bull run.
What meme is it? It's
the frog.
Right.
PEPE the frog.
Right. Okay.
Which, of course, it's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I think.
So what are you sort of? Dare I ask, what are your fundamentals here for, picking this coin above garlic coin or?
Well, there's also there's another one called dog with hat.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually.
So dog with hat and PEPE are the 2 big ones.
Dog whiff is WIF.
WIF, ticker good. WIF.
Just in case it wasn't going to be ridiculous enough already.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, good. Okay.
My logic is simple. They didn't have a bull market last time. So for me, it's a buy because I think meme coins are a part of the cycle. Whether you like it or not, they will always be around. And you've probably seen it now. There's a bunch kicking off. Yeah. They obviously all are at risk of crashing to 0, but I think it's worth a little bit of the portfolio.
All right. No, that's fair. All right. So that's a buy for you for PEPE.
PEPE.
Yeah. All right, it is time for the last call in the No Holds Bar on a special cryptocurrency edition. And for the last call, we're looking at Coinbase Global. Now, this is the plain old NASDAQ COIN ticker, currently at $251.58. This is not to be confused with the Coinbase wrapped stake ETH currency, Craig, that I found. So this is just a good old-fashioned stonk. Where are we at with coin?
So I've got here in capitals, major buy.
Major buy.
Now, this is the last call, I think. This is the one that I'm most confident in, and it's the most sophisticated one because it's a stock, and I want equity, mate.
Look at you, it's an equity. Fancy pants.
Yeah. So I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Coinbase is a huge exchange in the US and global. It's had its 2 major competitors completely fall over. FTX, gone. Binance in legal hot water, still available in select countries. So they're primed to take the market share in the US and global. It has the regulatory favor.
Yep.
The Bitcoin ETF, as we mentioned before, has just been approved. It was approved on January 2nd.
Yep.
And Coinbase is benefiting from this because they are the custodian for this Bitcoin. Yep. So when BlackRock or whatever are trying to get their clients Bitcoin, they're all going through Coinbase. Sometimes they're even hitting $1 billion of net flow in one day on Bitcoin. So crazy numbers here.
Yep.
The last Q4 result for Coinbase was very strong. And the stock had a little bit of a run, but the BTC ETF was approved on the 2nd of January. So the Q1 results will be in May, and you're going to have the market's going to realize how much Coinbase has made from the ETF adoption. And Coinbase has actually launched a layer 2 called Base. So there's apps and decentralized protocols being launched on Coinbase's side chain called Base. And that's also making revenue. So in their May Q1 update, we're going to learn about how these 2 new revenue streams are going. One is the Bitcoin custodian, and 2 is the layer 2 Base. So I think the price is at 260 or whatever you've mentioned.
Yeah.
All-time highs at 340. I just can't see how it. I can see it strongly performing if the market realizes that they've got 2 new revenue streams and it's making a dent. So very bullish on Coinbase. Cryptocurrencies has actually chatted with the APAC guy from Coinbase, and he was talking about...
How was he feeling about it?
He was feeling very good. Better than me. Can you believe that? So he's on the Cryptocurrencies. So if you want to listen to that, scroll down and you'll find that on our feed. But yes, it is a huge buy for me.
Huge buy for you. All right. Awesome. Look, that brings us to the end of Buy, Hold, Sell Cryptocurrency edition. Craig, big thank you for coming in. Really enjoyed our chat. I've learned a hell of a lot, to be honest, about cryptocurrency. And if crypto is your thing, then make sure you subscribe to the Crypto Curious podcast. Just non-stop crypto chat over there, isn't it?
Non-stop, once a week. We go through the news. We go through what's happening.
Yep.
We give our unsolicited 2 cents, unsolicited opinions. And it's good fun. We're over there. We're learning just like you guys. So, check it out.
Very good. All right. Well, I hope you'll join me again next time in the No Holds Bar when we jump back in for some more buy or sell. Until next time, it is bye for now.
See you guys.